Namaste friends, I am Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, Global Convener United Consciousness. Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change that you want to see in the world. World has always seen two forces. Forces which unite us together and forces which divide us. And there has been two approaches towards these forces. Either criticizing what is wrong or contributing in establishing what is right. United Consciousness is a global initiative of Project Self to contribute and establish divine beyond divides with a mission of one consciousness, one being. Because it is the same blood that flows in all. It is the same water that nourishes us. It is the same air that enriches us. It is the same earth that holds us. Same space envelops us. When a tiny virus doesn't discriminate between us, let's not let any mental virus divide us. Let's not discuss what happens before birth or what will happen after death. Let's focus on what happens after birth and what should happen before death. How should I live and lead in accord with my true nature? Maharshi Patanjali has established a divine scripture called Yoga Sutram, which talks about me identifying my own true nature, the philosophy of oneness, philosophy of union, uniting mind, body and soul, uniting me, you and all. Because when there is chaos inside, certainly there will be conflict outside. When there will be peace inside, there will be prosperity outside. Yoga Sutra establishes a grand model of 8 steps towards an ideal world. First step being yama, restraints, purifying my external behavior towards others and fellow beings, creating an ethically high society. Second, observations, niyamas, purifying my internal behavior, my understanding towards myself, making me an elevated individual. Then asanas, making a physically fit world with a purified body, a world with no disease. Pranayama, breath regulation, leads to purification of breath and regulation of mind. Pratyahara, sense control, leads to purification of sense and a non-distracted mind. Dharana, concentration, ability to focus on any object at my own will, leads to purification of mind and a focused mind. A regulated, non-distracted, focused mind certainly assures high quality of life. Then dhyana, meditation, ability to focus deep and long, leads to purification of I-ness, leads to culminates into fixing mind on my true purpose of life. And finally samadhi, absorption, purifying self and absorbed in my own purpose of life, reaching the goal of life. Yoga envisages a world where I am individually elevated with niyamas. We establish an ethically rooted society in yamas, physically healthy society with asanas, mentally peaceful world with pranayam and pratyahara, spiritually elevated world with dharana and dhyana, and enlightened being with samadhi. Then only there will be Ram Rajya established. Kingdom of heaven will be established, and that will be a real promised land. So dear friends, United Consciousness invites all of you together between 18th to 26th of June to contribute and witness one of the world's most diversified yoga event, International Yoga Week celebration. Sit back and witness one of the grand masters of yoga philosophy, life coaches, dancers, practitioners, meditators coming together on a common platform from more than 120 countries of the world to contribute in establishing divine beyond divides. So sit back, relax and enjoy and witness and get benefited by this grand event. I would like to extend my thanks to European Yoga Federation, AAYT Australia, Yogismo International South America, Project Self Incorporation USA, Spiritual Council in Africa, Siddhashram, Yoga Vidya Germany, Yogalam, World Movement for Ayurveda and Yoga for having contributed in this event. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Vibhuti Jha, who is Executive Director in Nalanda International, USA. In 1991, he worked in leadership role with the American Express Bank to build and develop Indo-US business relationships. He obtained his undergraduate degree with majors in economics.
Namaste, greetings from New York. Vibhuti Jha here. Today I'm going to talk about aparigraha. It is an important element. Aparigraha is the most important element of Yoga Sutra. In the introduction, Dr. Vikrant Thomar made a very powerful opening of this entire process, which is so critical to our lives and living. And, after listening to him, I felt I don't need to speak anything more. But here I go. As we know, aparigraha is the last of the yamas in Patanjali, 8 limbs of Yoga Sutra. And it implies how to live a life of non-greed and non-attachment. We always talk about greed and attachments as one of the human elements of life that connects us with people. But as somebody said, very important sage once said, definition of poison is anything in excess. As a result of which, we have to take into account at what point in time what we do creates attachment that becomes viciousness in possession. At what point in time does confidence become arrogance? And these Yoga Sutras today teaches us that how do we gain non-detachment and how do we stay above greed. Greed in excess becomes possessiveness, and those have negative value output and impact on us. So let's focus on, in the given time that we have, it's extremely important to figure out how do we enrich our own life. People talk about changing societies, changing the world, changing everything else around us. But unless and until we change ourselves, things don't happen. It takes the power of one to make things happen. The entire world leadership is that example. Leadership, good or bad, impacts the mood of the nation, the mood of people, of violence, of mayhem that happens because of some issue on which we are extremely attached with. But when we look at the scenario in a detached fashion, things begin to get better. As Albert Einstein said, any intelligent fool can complicate a simple problem. It takes courage to move in the other direction. So how do we move in the other direction? And that other direction that we take only when we have our own self in control. Yoga, in aparigraha sense, allows us greater control on our emotions, our needs, our wants, our greed, and allows us to focus in the present, which is very critical. We all talk about the past and the future. Would have been, could have been, should have been. 3 most dangerous words in English language, as I always say. But the important part is to focus on now, here. When you do yoga to achieve the stage of aparigraha, you become focused in the moment because nothing else distracts you. When you breathe, you inhale, you exhale all the CO2s and impurities from your body, and you inhale more oxygen, which is a life force. This is what is important to bear in mind. I do Patanjali. I learned breathing exercises. What I found was I truly understood the meaning of the phrase, Be calm. When your breathing is stabilized, when the air flows in and out in a very calm manner, that's the time when your mind, body, and soul or spirit is in alignment with each other. And that's why yoga practices are so critical for us to achieve the status of aparigraha. Is so important, because if we do not do that, it has very negative impact on us. We are always perpetually agitated and enraged about something or somebody. It's only when we look at things from a detached sense, the power of letting go plays a crucial role in our lives. When you let go of something, it doesn't mean non-action. Bear in mind, we are living in 21st century. These principles were laid down thousands of years ago. It has amazing relevance even today, at all time, because it's universal. So the question here is, how do we make things easier for ourselves? You know, Dr. Tomar sent me a message that many of the United Consciousness people are interested in listening to you. And I said, that's what creates a further stress to living up to expectations. But when you are no longer worried about the expectations, because you are going to say, do as you think fit, and you do your best all the time, then the impact is very positive. Managing expectations is the biggest challenge of the 21st century life that we all lead. What is important here is, how do we manage those expectations of others? You can manage the expectations of others by managing your own expectations. Because life is you, I, me, us. So if we are all deeply involved in making ourselves better, understanding ourselves better, recognizing our own talent and potentials better, fulfilling those talents and potentials better, that you become successful. You achieve what you set out to achieve. If today, if I want to set out and say that I'm going to climb Mount Everest, it's not happening, because I'm in New York. I can't climb Mount Everest from here. I have only two choices: get frustrated, or go there and do it, prepare to climb, right? Action, which is critical. This is very important to understand, because we live in a 21st century world where we are overwhelmed with information, overwhelmed with knowledge, overwhelmed with wisdom that is coming from all over the world. What we have to do is to pick that one item, embrace it, imbibe it, and move forward with that, because we are all individually different. Somebody is good at X, somebody is good at Y. We all can't be Y. As a famous slogan in American sports industry said, every basketball player wants to be like Mike. I'm referring to Michael Jordan. But nobody can become Michael Jordan because of a variety of reasons. And one of them is that we aspire, which creates stress on us. This is when you begin to manage things in a manner, begin to fix things in yourself in a very minute way, in a granular sense, then you begin to get better. You can't be best at everything, but you can be good at many things. The question is, how do we excel in these matters? So one of the things that happens when you practice apariraha, and as well as when you practice yoga, meditation, you bring your life into sync. To give you the sports analogy again, when your body, mind, and spirit and soul is in sync, that's the time you perform the best. And the way to bring body, mind, and spirit in alignment is through the practices of yoga, meditation, and many sutras of life. That's the time when you begin to embrace life as is. We can't be everything to everybody all the time. But the important part is, you begin to focus on, when you remove greed, you focus on your need and want. That's the time when you begin to do things. There is nothing wrong in need and greed and want. You know, it is very important to know what I am capable of and I want to achieve. That you can do only when you are in a state of elevated equilibrium. This is my favorite phrase, which I learned along the way. The sense of elevated equilibrium comes in you when you begin to fulfill your own potential. That's critical. And you can fulfill your potential only by getting rid of expectations that people put on us. What will people say? Am I doing my best? These are questions that bedevil us. But when we practice detached attachment, that I am going to do what I can do, that's the time when your performance and life comes in balance. Aparigraha is one such sutra, is one such way of life that determines the quality of our life. It's very, very important. It's easier said than done. As somebody who has been a beneficiary of some very outstanding training programs, there was one realization I got. We go for doing things, we have an emotional high, but when we come to the ground on the road, rubber hits the road, then we say the systems are so imperfect. But remember one thing, it's you who makes the difference. It's we as individuals and collectively who impact a difference. That's very important to understand. If I begin to do something in a particular way, practice non detachment, manage my needs, go back to the basics, things become better. And there is no better way than practicing yoga, meditation, breathing exercise, because that's where it brings life into motion. Most of the time, we must remember this very simple. Most of the time, our performance is the best when we are doing our best, we are calm. Think about it. When we are calm, within peace with ourselves, then things happen. And to do that, we all need to practice the belief systems which are essential, going back to basics, looking after your need, not becoming greedy. Accumulation. We all have a desire to have more of everything. We don't need it. It's like I will give you a real example. My son asked me, what will you do when you make your first million? So I told him, you will remain my son, your mother will remain my wife, my height will not increase, I will still fight the battle of the bulge. Maybe we will add one more room to the house. But beyond that, what else will change? Only the material elements. And that's what is important. We live in a materialistic world. It is Kali Yuga. It is a materialistic world. It's very important to be able to manage ourselves well. That's the critical element. And to manage ourselves, our emotions, our expectations, and the others' expectations impose on us, we have to be at peace with ourselves. The power of letting go is a very powerful tool because we always get engaged and enraged with things that are happening around us. It doesn't mean you don't take care of the issue. You do take care of the issue, but you do it with a detached attachment. Outcome is not as important, I said, it's very important. It's not as important as the action that drives that motive. This is very critical. You need to be satisfied with yourself, within yourself. And that's the important part is critical. Last thing that I wanted to add to this is relationships. We all have relationships, family, friends, political, religious. We all have our relationships and identities. But as the saying goes, everybody's blood is red, everybody's teeth is white. We all nourish sun's energy, we all nourish water, and all live because of air. That is the oneness that we are all involved in and with. This is globally true. Nobody's religion has been able to change that reality. No practice has changed that reality. Friends, with these words, I want to say to you, reach out within yourself, establish your needs, fulfill your dreams. But doing that, you have to be at peace with yourself. peace doesn't mean greedy, hungry, running for more, because we all have our own limitation. I can't be other than who I am. But can I be better than who I am? Absolutely. That's the whole ambition, that we need to control our own emotions, and thus we control our actions. It's very, very important, because remember, in this world, we all have come with our own innate ability. Somebody is a singer, somebody is a football player, somebody is a tennis player. These all have specific talents, given talents, and we have to grow those talents. So that's what is important. To achieve the elevated equilibrium in ourselves, we have to be at peace within ourselves. And the best way to be at peace with ourselves is to understand ourselves and get rid of relationships that affect us adversely. Because remember, as the famous saying goes, friends are thieves of time, right? But that's not true. Friends are friends. They help you. But when you indulge in too much of wastage of time, it hurts. With these words, I would urge all of you to practice yoga, to create balance within yourself, to achieve your full potential. Thank you very much for United Consciousness International, of which I'm a very proud board member, and it's a great moment to share my thoughts with you.
Thank you very much, respected Jhasa. So aptly, you mentioned many things that you said really inspired. I love the way you said that I cannot be other than who I am, but I can be certainly better than who I am. This is very inspiring, and for that, you said that we need to be in peace with self. And as you said that to manage expect others' expectation, I need to manage my own expectations with myself. And when I will understand myself, my mind, body, and the spirit, when they come in a sync, or you said in yoga, when I am in zone, then I will be able to cultivate the term that you use, elevated equilibrium with detached attachment. I'm sure that it will inspire many of the audience who are listening to you. It has inspired me. Thank you very much for always showering your attention, your affection, and your blessings to us. Thank you very much, Asa.
Deeply, deeply grateful for the involvement with this movement. And I pray and I will work hardest to make this a great success. We must reach to the world around us. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I thank Dr. Vibhuti Jha for such a valuable explanation. Thank you so much.
Ekin Edi was born in 1980 in Adana, Turkey. He started his trombone education in Çukurova University, Adana State Conservatory, then moved to Hacettepe University, Ankara State Conservatory in 1998. In 2000, he was awarded the third prize in the competition of Young Talents 2000 for brass instruments, arranged by the Ministry of Culture in Turkey. In 2003, he performed as a trombone player in Fazıl Say's CD record called Metin El Diok Lamentations. In 2004, he started to work as a trombone artist in the Presidential Symphonic Orchestra. He worked in a project called Opa Essentials as a performer and arranger of the group's songs. The project has been focused on creating a hybrid sound between the region of Northeast Turkey and Western music, such as jazz and rock. This band has played many concerts and festivals both in Turkey and in Europe. In one of the projects, his arrangement for trombone quartet with the symphonic orchestra named 11 Lise Karasilimasi was performed by Eskişehir Anadolu University Symphony Orchestra and Bursa State Symphony Orchestra. In this piece, he arranged 3 different traditional songs belonging to 3 different geographic regions of Turkey. He is still a member of the Presidential Symphony Orchestra in Ankara, playing his beloved instrument, the trombone. On the other hand, he still continues to make competitions and arrangements. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ekin Edi.
Belki bir dinleyen vardır, işiten, duyan. Beni kim üzebilir? akışına bırak. Akışına bırak. Kelimelere şikayet etme. Olayları akışına bırak.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I'd like to thank Ekin Eddie for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.
Maheshwarananda from Philadelphia, USA. During his college days, he was active in the protest against the Vietnam War. In 1978, he traveled to India and Nepal, where he became a yogic monk and studied the progressive utilization theory under its founder Prabhat Ranjan Sarkar. He has taught meditation and organized for social justice for 14 years in Southeast Asia, 3 years in Europe, and 21 years in Brazil and Venezuela. He is the author of 6 books, including After Capitalism, Economic Democracy in Action, and Cooperative Games for the Cooperative World, Facilitating Trust, Communication, and Spiritual Connection. He is the co-author of The Tools to Change the World. He has given hundreds of seminars and workshops around the world at international conferences, colleges, high schools, cooperatives, yoga centers, and prisons about social activism and spiritual transformation. He speaks Portuguese, Spanish, and English as well.
Namaskar. It is a great honor to share with you today. My topic is you. You have a marvelous, miraculous body. This body you were born with, it does all your actions. It moves according to your wish, your will. It is so sophisticated, your body, that all of science still cannot understand everything about it. It belongs to you since the day you were born until the present and until the last breath you take on this planet. It's your body. It belongs to you. And yet, if you identify with this body, you have to struggle. Abhinivesh means self-obsession or clinging to life. And I'd like to talk today a little bit about this obsession with your body and your life. First, let me begin by saying a very long time ago, in 1974, 48 years ago, I took a yoga class and meditation class in the United States where I was living. Back then, in the West, only hippies and weirdos did yoga or meditation. But I was a little bit of both. And I quickly discovered my body felt healthier, more flexible. I felt more peace, more happiness, more love than I ever dreamed possible. So when I was 24, I went to India and trained as a monk, a sannyasi of Ananda Marga, under Prabhat Ranjan Sarkar, founder of Ananda Marga, the Path of Bliss. So to understand what is abhinivesha, this obsession with the body, there's a beautiful poem by Rumi, 13th century Persian mystic poet. For millions of years, I was a rock. Then I died and became a plant. For thousands of years, I lived as a plant. Then I died and became an animal. For thousands of years, I lived as an animal. Then I died and became a human. Tell me, what have I ever lost by dying? Rumi understood that we've all lived before. In the same way that science understands the evolution of life forms from the first single cell amoeba until today. And in the East, of course, they understand that in addition to the evolution of your body, your mind is evolving too. Your mind has lived so many different lifetimes, much, much longer than the physical body you inhabit today. Sanskaras mean potential mental reactions. For every action that you perform, a mental reaction is created in your mind. There are three types of sanskaras. The first type are called inborn sanskaras. These are the reactions you have inherited from previous lifetimes. And this explains why some babies are born happy, others sad, some babies are frightened, some friendly, outgoing. So much difference between newborn babies. And according to yoga, it's actually in the genes of your cells that these sanskaras are carried. The second type of sanskaras are imposed sanskaras. Your family, your culture, your language, your school, your country, all these dictate how you will develop. So these are the sanskaras that we acquire that are imposed on us by our family and culture in our early years until we become an adult. The third type of sanskaras are acquired sanskaras. These are caused by your actions in this lifetime. You're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequence of your choice. would propose that life gives meaning to death and death gives meaning to life. It explains and it gives purpose to our lives. The tantric view of death, of course, is that vital energy, prana, leaves the body at the time of death. Because the link between the body and the mind is broken. If the body is broken and can no longer live, then the mind leaves. Sometimes it can also be that the mind receives such a tremendous shock that it causes death too. Terribly bad news, even terribly good news, can sometimes shock a person so much that they die. But death is not painful. It's like changing your shirt. So why be attached to this body and this life? After death, as you think, so you become. The mind and its reactions, samskaras, float in space until they enter a fetus with a similar makeup. So this means that you can continue your journey. And that journey, life after life, is about learning the important lessons of life, about kindness, about helping others, about sacrifice, about living in service to humanity. The science of samskaras and reincarnation explains why some children are born as geniuses, brilliant in certain fields, in music or mathematics or anything. Because of their past life experiences. Why do we forget our past lives? Frankly, I think it's a great blessing that we do. I have so many memories from this lifetime, including wrongs that were done to me. Oh, I wish I could tell that to that person. Oh, if only I could see him again. To remember all the wrongs that were done to us, all our regrets, all our preoccupations from previous lifetimes would be too much. Children can sometimes remember up until the age of puberty, but not beyond that. If they can remember it beyond that, then they tend to lose parallelism with their body. It's true, some yogis can remember their past lives. So that's often called the law of karma. Karma literally means action, but it's a law of nature. One's reactions determine your next reincarnation. The little boy says to the old man, yeah, well, I didn't believe in reincarnation when I was your age either. I'd like to point out the most important part of Abhinivesh, which is instead of identifying with this limited self, You're identifying with your big I. Your home is the universe. One of the greatest benefits I got from meditation when I was first starting, wherever I traveled, I felt I was home. To this day, I've lived in 32 different countries for at least a month, many years, and wherever I go, I feel I'm home. All human beings are our sisters and brothers. And humans, animals, plants, the water, the earth, the sky. This is our family. And you are the beloved child, the beloved daughter or son of the Supreme Consciousness. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. I heard this when I was starting and wondered, is it even possible that a consciousness so vast can know who I am? Our goal is spiritual liberation, to merge with the ocean of bliss. To do that, we need to meditate. Meditation on our spiritual identity is crucial, because what you think, so you become. By identifying on our big self, we become that. This body, it's temporary. It's a gift. We use it. We take care of it. We treat it as a temple. But it's just passing. Our soul is a perfect reflection of the Supreme Soul, Paramatman. A reflection, always perfect. And with meditation, we are burning our samskaras and becoming free. Free of abhinivesha, spiritually free. What more beautiful goal could there be? Thank you very much, and namaskar.
Thank you very much, Dada Maheshwaranandaji. So blissful it was listening to you, and the way you introduced this difficult topic of Abhinivesha, the simplicity with which you introduced this topic, that this body is the temple, and I am the traveler with many sanskaras, janma sanskaras, pitra sanskaras, karma sanskaras, and then, as you said, that when we die, then the vital body leaves the physical body. But I come again. You quoted Rumi in telling us that never I was less when I died. So why should I fear? And the perfect definition and the perfect understanding that you could generate out of your speech is, whenever if anybody wants to ask, who are you? The true identity is child of Supreme Consciousness. What is your address? Your answer, the home is universe. And who are your siblings? All beings. This understanding is the understanding of yoga. Thank you very much for making it that simple that everybody could connect with us. Blessed to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Dadaji Maheshwarananda for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much. On behalf of United Consciousness, I would like to welcome our next guest, who believes that yoga means transformation. the complete and sacred union between the body, the mind, and the spirit. She is Miss Tatiana Freitas. She's a Brazilian Hatha Yoga teacher, Yoga Nidra Method RYT 500 expert, living in Malta, and is trained by Satyendra Yoga Life Ashram, Brazil. She has 5 years of experience and practice of asanas, pranayama, and meditation. She is in love with yoga since 2017. She believes that her purpose is to be a connection for helping the people to assess their awareness and transforming their lives through connecting to their divine being and true essence. She has been in the European Yoga Federation since March 2021 and participated in 2 yoga symposiums organized by the Federation with the 2-part theme, Yoga is not a sport, in which she detailed scientific data on the differences that occurs in human body when practicing sport against yoga practices.
Hello everyone, Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this 15 minutes practice. I invite you to sit in a comfortable cross position. Take a deep breath and we are going to start our 15 minutes practice. I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. We are going to chant Om 3 times and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti to begin. Take a deep breath. You can join me if you feel. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can open your eyes and release your hands beside your body. I invite you now to take a deep breath and rise your arms up to the ceiling and fall forward. We are going to do a little warm up in the beginning. So stay here for a little while and take a deep breath. And please walk your hands to the right side and remain in this position, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Now, walk your hands to the center again, and please walk your hands to the other side now, to the left side, and stretch your arms, and stay in this position, breathing. Once more. And please walk your hands to the center again. And inhale, upper body up. And exhale, release your hands beside your body. Now, I invite you to place your hands on your shoulders. And we are going to rotate 3 times to one side and 3 times to the other side. So let's begin. Touch your elbows in front of you. Inhale, rotate. And exhale, 1, 2, Once more, 3. And now to the opposite side. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, and 3. Now release your hands beside your body again. And I invite you to inhale and raise your arms up, stretch it to the ceiling, touch your palms, the palms of your hands, facing each other, and breathe. Stretch, stretch, and take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Once more, Parvatasana. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Release your arms and hands beside your body. Okay. Take a deep breath here. I invite you now to go to tabletop position. Hands aligned to the shoulders and knees aligned to the hips. We are going to do cat and cow. So inhaling, look up and arch your back. Exhale, look to your belly button and round your back. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round your back and look at your belly button. Once more, inhale, look up and arch. And exhale, round your back and look at your belly button. Now for the last time, inhale, look up and remain in the position and breathe. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale 1. Inhale 2. Inhale 3. And exhale, round your back. Look at your belly button and remain for 3 deep breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. And exhale. Inhale 3. And exhale, go back to the previous position. And now from here, I invite you to touch your toes on the mat and slowly rise your knees up and stretch your legs. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And remain here, take a deep breath. And you can even walk your feet, paddling slowly and breathing. And try to touch your heels on the ground. But if it's not possible, it's okay. Just try to stretch your arms and chest down and remain for a deep breath. Take a deep breath here. Once more. And now I invite you to walk your hands towards to your feet. And I invite you now, place your feet together. Arms aligned to the ears. And breathe. Bring your upper body up. Inhale. and arch your back a little bit. Look up and staying here, breathing. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, and the next exhalation, fall forward and try to relax your neck, relax your head, and grab your calf muscles. And take a deep breath here, Hasta Padasana. Keep breathing. One. Once more. Now please align your arms again, close to the ears, and stretch your arms, and inhale, bring your upper body up, arch your back, and remain here. Take a deep breath again. On the next exhalation, fall forward. Again, once more. Grab your calf muscles. Release your neck. Release your head. And stay in the position for a little more. Breathing, don't forget to breathe. Take a deep breath. Now please align your arms close to the ears again. Inhaling, upper body up. And release your arms beside your body. Now I invite you to place your feet aligned to the hips. And we are going to do Utkatasana. So inhaling, heels up and arms aligned to the shoulders. And exhale, go down and sit on your heels. Find a spot in front of you and breathe. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, and 3. Now next inhalation, bring your upper body up again, heels up, and exhale, heels down and arms down. Take a deep breath. Let's do one more time. Inhale, heels up, arms up, aligning to the shoulders, and exhale, down, sit on our heels, and stay. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, and 3. Now please, I invite you to place your knees on the ground, on the mat, and stay, sit on your heels in Vajrasana. Place your hands on your knees or on your thighs, and take a deep breath. Feel the sensations of the body. Feel your body. Well done. So now, please sit in a comfortable cross position again, and we are going to finalize our practice. And I invite you to place your hands in prayer position in front of your chest. Namaste. Close your eyes, and we are going to chant Om 3 times again. Take a deep breath, and if you feel joining me, please join me. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashantu. Makasi Dukkha Bhagave. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Tatiana ji, for such an amazing and effective yogasana demonstration. Indeed, by paying attention to our body, mind, and soul, we can contribute in making perfect body, perfect mind, and perfect society and perfect world. Thank you very much for teaching us and blessing us in United Consciousness International Yoga Week. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Thank you very much for inviting me.
So kind of you. Thank you. Namaste.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Ms. Tatiana Fredis for coming on to the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much. Our next guest is Yogi Baba Adnan Ananda Siddhi Viho Kabuk from Turkey. The cultural richness of his homeland nourished his soul and his life journey through matching the logical aspects of the Occident with the emotional aspects of the Orient. He attended many training programs and learning yoga from various teachers, healers, gurus and masters all over India and in the Far East. In 1996, he started to teach yoga in Istanbul and founded a yoga school which he named after one of his gurus, Siddha Ashram Yoga Center. He has his ashram in the Taurus Mountains of Alanya and Antalya, Turkey, where he teaches classical spiritual yoga. Other than teacher training programs, he also hosts yoga purification camps in his ashram. He has his autobiography by the name Without Disturbing the Silence, The Life Adventure of a Mesopotamian Yogi, published in 2008.
Namaste ji. I have full respect for my brothers and sisters this evening. I salute and send my love from Turkey, south of Turkey. Today, our subject is Swatvaya. As we human beings were created, and the creation, the Creator has put his seed inside us as a human being to be a small part of his as a super conscious level, and we are the human conscious. From time to time, this seed inside us is seeking its father. The question arises without our will, that we want to know where we come from, because that seed wants to reach its home. That seed wants to go home to the Father, which is inside us, which are the minor part of us. Now, this seeking, this questioning always come in every human being from time to time. So humanity has always sought and asked this question: who am I? What am I? Where do I come from? Am I the body, this body? Am I the mind? Am I the motion? Am I the tradition? Am I the religion? Am I what? Why I am here? What is my purpose? So this question has always been arising in humanity, in every human being from time to time, but only the ones who had the courage, who were brave enough to seek and to try to get the answer for these questions, were from the beginning, the rishis in Himalayas and any other part of the countries who went after this question to find who we are. Like the Buddha, like Rumi, they all were the seekers to ask, who am I? What am I? Why I am here for? This seeking is swathayaya. So it is part of niyama, and also this seeking is been using inyana for to understand, to realize, to learn how can we reach this answer. In Jnana Yoga, as we know, we read the scriptures, holy scriptures, the Quran, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Vedas, and all the holy scriptures was written by holy masters, and we want to know to answer our question. So Jnana Yoga has been used in this path, but it is only the philosophy, yoga philosophy, but it is not enough. In fact, Svadhyaya is the yoga philosophy in practice. We have to have practice to realize, to understand, not by the mind, by itself. So it has to be in complete experience. That's why we use other methods, other ways to understand it. So in this seeking, we go all the way from Jnana Yoga to practice in life. Many masters has gone this way. We have read in this Jnana Yoga, in the books, holy books, sometimes we have came across that all these different scriptures, holy scriptures, has said one sentence. But this sentence has been told by all different masters, but exact same sentence, same sayings. Then this come to us that, okay, if all the masters have said that sentence, they're saying that must be part of the truth, or that must be the truth. So we have learned to get this quality, this attribute to our life while we are seeking. So while we are seeking, we get this attribute, this qualities to our life, so we can reach our seeking with more knowledge, with more truthful knowledge, which we are using in jnana to our seeking, or put it in practice. This is a long path, as everyone knows, but it has to be sought. Without seeking, we cannot reach what we are looking for. Now, playing our mission in the seeking system continuously, like actors in a stage. I would say that we are all actors in a stage in this life, at the stage of seeking, but also is a practice of survival, like living our body to survive. So we have a role, we have a job, we have this and that, but this stage, this acting, it is always changing. So the stage of this acting, we are the actors, the main actors for ourselves, but there is many other actors coming, entering to the stage, our stage of acting continuously, some entering and some living. By some stage, some actors, when they enter, our life has another dimension. We have to learn, we have to practice and experience other matters with these new people, with new situation, with new moments. And when other lives, also we have to leave behind us some experiences. All these matters are part of the seeking. So when we are in this stage of this life as an actor, so this coming and going experiences leave us with some valuable understanding and realization. When we are in this stage of acting, we decide to become, to put our, which we collected from the Jnana Yoga also, the qualities of life, which it's suitable for us. We like to have that quality, some attribute which we add to our life. So by these experiences, we start to understand more our mission in this life. So what we feel that, okay, every minute of our life, when we are in this stage, every minute, all our life, continuously, we realize that we, in fact, if you don't understand why we are here in perfect manner, like if we are not even realized, we think that, okay, here we are to serve in every minute, every second, the whole creation, the whole nature. We cannot be destructive in any manner, any level. We have to become constructive but not destructive. This we realize on the seeking of Swadhyaya. While we are seeking, we become more and more involved in the seeking to realize bit by bit, to understand what we are here for. By understanding slowly, by seeking with this method of Swadhyaya, like the all other masters before us has been here, like Buddha, by Rumi, like all others who went through. So we realize that this meaning of life is more opening to ourselves. One day, maybe we understand the whole truth, but while we have not reached that truth, complete truth of realization, which the masters have explained to us, nicely described, but we have understood it in intellectual level. But if we have not reached that level personally in whole our system, of course, we are not enlightened, but we are enlightened intellectually. While we are going in this matter, in this path intellectually and seeking continuously, and this is Swadhyaya. Without Swadhyaya, no one has been enlightened, as I know. First, every enlightenment has gone through Swadhyaya, seeking, questioning, and practicing, putting, especially as we are in yoga life, yoga philosophy in practice. It has to be practiced. In Jnana Yoga, it helps, but it is not enough because it philosophically is not enough. We have to put this philosophy in practice in our daily life. I have mentioned we are at a stage as an actor and we practice life and we watch what's happening and we ask all these questions, and life teaches us why we are here for. Slowly, by the time. So this path is Swadhyaya. I wish to all my brothers and sisters to have success in this path of Swadhyaya as we are on this path right now. With my love and affection and compassion to all of you and to humanity. God bless all. Namaste.
Thank you very much, respected Baba Adnanji. A very important and significant topic in the Vedic and yogic study is Swadhyaya. And as you rightly said, that we all have the seed of divine, and everybody asks this question: who am I and what is my purpose to be here, and what is the source? And beautifully, you gave a simile that this world is the stage. We are actors, others are co actors. All experiences we have is the movie script, and what we're doing is an acting. And what is the purpose of this whole story is to learn our own purpose of life, to take moral of the story. And this technique is called Swadhyaya, so that we can understand with every life what exactly is the moral of the story and how we can elevate ourselves to the divine, to the source back. My I bow down with humility and gratitude to that land of Rumi from where you are giving this speech, and my sincere gratitude to you also. Thank you very much, Baba Adnanji.
I
On
thank you
behalf
to you, Dr. Vikrant, to all my brothers and sisters in our family, and thank God bless all of us, and good luck to us on Swadhyaya.
Thank you very much. Namaste.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Yogi Baba Adnan for coming on to the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much. The fast-moving technology, changing work patterns, emerging new opportunities, and shift in lifestyles has brought many challenges to youth today. Their struggles, trials, and problems are increasing day by day. Yoga can help shape a better tomorrow for youth. Let's find simple solutions of common problems by experts in panel discussion on the topic Yoga and Youth. Our next guest is Mr. Neeraj Vaidya. He has completed his bachelor's from Indian Institute of Technology in New Delhi. He also have done postgraduate diploma from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode. Also completed Chartered Financial Analyst from American Institute. He is Operation Director and COO at Unified Chemical Zambia. Neeraj has managed companies in Nigeria, Cameroon, Ponty, Nor, Congo, United Arab Emirates and Zambia. Neeraj is passionate about executing strategic projects, reforming and rebuilding businesses and raising capital. His enthusiasm for continual learning is reflected in his YouTube channel, where he gives talks on health, inspiration and business learning. Our next panelist is Ms. Raheen Fatima from Pakistan. She is a multi-talented personality. She is a peace and climate change activist, stand-up comedian, theatre actress, aspiring entrepreneur, SDGs ambassador and interviewer. During pandemic, she has conducted over 500 interviews and sessions to foster global peace and achievement of SDGs. She is a gifted child and possesses extraordinary intellect and communication skills. She is a keen learner and quickly understands new concepts and knowledge. She is very adaptive and easygoing. She is culturally aware and easily makes friends with people from diverse backgrounds. She has a passion to work for people and planet. She is ambitious to take her work globally by creating teams and collaborations for making global peace dream a reality. Her immediate aim is to synergize all peace efforts at one place involving all stakeholders across the globe. She believes nothing else but interfaith, intercultural, international dialogue can pave the way for global peace. In the panel, we have with us Ms. Kanto Ravalio Soa, who is a pranic healer who heals physical, emotional, and mental diseases, and Arhatic Yogini. She learned Arhatic Yoga by Master Chao Kok Shui. She is the founder of the association Young Talent Leaders in Madagascar. This association was founded in 2018. It provides leadership, entrepreneurship, and artistical training to its members. She is Christian churchgoer. Her family has an evangelical singer group in the name of Maria Jews. She has done a master's in administration of finance, accounting, and audit. She is currently preparing her master's memory with the theme Financial Profitability of Micro Company Service Provider. On behalf of United Consciousness, I welcome our next guest, Mr. Tapiwa Lazarus Mashaya from Zimbabwe. He has done his academics with subjects like accounting, business studies, economics. He holds a certificate for Higher Education Examination Council (HEXCO) in Computer Information Fundamentals and Computer Operations and Packages. He has worked in Buda bands where he keeps records of students in Zimbabwe, compile their biographies with their pictures. He also did a voluntary mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day of Saints in January 2020 to 22. He is skilled in qualities like leadership, marketing, creativity, innovation, and initiation. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Tapiwa Lazarus Mashaya from Zimbabwe. Today's panel discussion will be moderated by Dr. Vikrant Singh Tobar, Convener, United Consciousness. Dr. Tomer is an acknowledged trainer, academician, scholar, writer, and a management consultant. He's a freelance trainer and served the cabinet ministers of state, MLAs, police officers, and tycoons of the business world. His aim and objective is universal brotherhood and happiness through harmonizing the knowledge from the ancient scriptures into our lives. So I welcome all our guests for panel discussion.
Welcome all of you, dear friends. We acknowledge your presence. Neeraj Vaidya from Zambia, Raheen Fatima from Pakistan. Welcome back, Raheen. We acknowledge your presence Tapiwa from Zimbabwe, and Kanto from Madagascar. I request all the guests to keep their mic off because it will create some dissonance. Once they speak, then they can switch on the mic. Kanto, if you can also switch off your mic when you're not speaking.
Yeah. Atma Namaste. Aton.
Uh,
Can you
can
hear
you
me?
please switch off the mic? Can you please switch off the mic, Kanto, when you are not speaking?
Atma Namaste. Aton.
Namaste. Namaste.
Atma. Mhm.
Thank you. So, dear friends, the topic of our panel discussion today is yoga and youth. And we have young people, youth from different parts of the world. So let's begin this discussion. As it is said that a child with dream becomes a youth with vision. So, but every new generation comes up with its own challenges. The challenges I faced when I was in my teen must be something different which Raheen is facing as a teen now. And they may be very different with some other people will be facing 20 years down the line. So let me begin the discussion from Raheen Fatima from Pakistan. Raheen, what are the major challenges of youth of today? You meet so many
Hello.
people.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for having me on. It's my second year on here, and it's awesome, as always. So I am 14 and I'm based in Pakistan. And I think the biggest challenge for youth right now is managing everything, because there's a lot of things nowadays. Like, so at first you have to go to school or college or whatever it is that you're doing, and then you also need to have a social life, and then you also need to spend time with your family, and you also need to focus on your career, and you don't have to be a failure in life. And then there's so many role models that you see on social media, and you go like, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? And so there's a constant pressure, and there's constant stress of just making it in life and being the best version of you. But I think the youth nowadays, it's just there's a lot expected from them, and that's why they feel very pressured. And I know so many people that are very stressed and are going through so many things, and they have no way to manage it. So I think that's the
Well,
biggest challenge for you.
thank you. So Raheen, there she said that managing school, social circles, family, career, lots of expectations of people around are the major challenges. Let's go to Zimbabwe. Tapiwa, what do you think are the major challenges youth are facing today, maybe in Africa?
Yes, sure. I certainly agree with the respected guest who spoke before me. The last week, there was a day which was called the African Child's Day throughout Africa. It was done under the theme which had to do with eliminating all things which are causing youths not to progress. And one of the reasons that stood out was had to do with drug abuse. Uh, these are things which are happening to the youths because at times of being lonely and idle, our youths are not being able to occupy themselves with things that can get to drive them in the way which they need to go in order to achieve success. Um, the other thing which I've also observed has to do with social media. Now, on social media, there are no filters which you have to filter out to say these things are right and these ones are wrong. At times, a voice which is prejudicial can be multiplied exponentially, reaching out to each and every person in the world. So now, because of all those things, they are making an influence on the youth, and at times the youth get to spend more time on social media without having a clear purpose of why they are being on social media. I think that's that's one of the
Perfect.
things which is
Thank
really
you. Thank you.
affecting the youths
So
of
Tapiwa added to the
Nigeria.
list Raheen gave us. He added drug abuse, feeling lonely at times, wasting lots of time on social media and being confused what is right and what is wrong on there. Let me ask Kento, would you like to add some list from the island of Madagascar? Please unmute and speak, Kento. Yes. Uh, you may need to unmute. Perfect.
Mm. Currently, young people are facing many situations such as family problems, failure in education systems, and mainly in employment. Yeah.
Perfect. Some family issues are also some pressure that is being created. And she said, education, lack of education, or the pressure of education, both cases. Kento, you may need to switch off the mic now. Thank you. So now we have Neeraj with us. Neeraj, you have in a way gone through this phase also. You must you must have also faced these challenges. And you are a student of Vedanta and yoga also. So let's talk about how does or how should a youth deal with this situation. Many youth are still watching us and maybe watching us later. How can they start dealing with this?
Absolutely, I think very interesting points told here. In terms of first, I wanted to point out, there are the three buckets in which all the problems have been, identified with the youth. First bucket is definitely the stress which is created nowadays due to lifestyle pressure, as well as there are other pressure also like health issues, which Tapiwa told that drug abuse is there. Then what there is some family issues are also there as told by Canto. But I think one thing which we missed and which I faced during my youth was this, less focus, because in this time we have too much distraction in our mind, so much of information going through the social media, so much of pressure from all sides. So how to deal with this challenges, obviously we have learned a lot in during this yoga week. I'll say yoga is one of the best answers to all these issues, all these health issues, all these focus issues. And for a youth, I'll suggest he should start with at least practicing, maybe start with 10 minutes practicing some, doing some yoga practice. I'll not advise him to follow any particular cult. I'll just ask them to go to YouTube and have do some meditation, try to do swadhyaya as told by yogi from Turkey. That's what they do, more self-reflection. So once we'll do more self-reflections and do this Vedanta practice, so definitely these will start. Once you see the results, then you will start, observing. You'll start practicing furthermore. So that's my advice to especially youth who are facing so much pressure.
Perfect. Neeraj added this that distraction or lack of focus is also something that youth faces. Raheen, so you mentioned about inability to manage school, social, family, and career, all things together, that time management. You are such an achiever in Pakistan. You are a stand-up comedian. You get time to do so much things. And still, I'm sure that you must be studying also. So how do you manage this? And what are the techniques you would like to suggest?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since, I've been managing all this. It's been like 3 years. So for me, at first, it was a little hard where like I was also doing stand-up comedy shows, and then I was also going to school. Now I have online school, so that is a little easier. It's less time. It's online. It's at night, so that doesn't disturb my day activities. But I still go out and I still walk, keep myself healthy. For me personally, scheduling, having a schedule where I have, oh, so this is when I have my meetings, this is when I have my school, and then the rest I do not particularly schedule my time that I go out like for a morning walk or for an evening walk, but I like to have time to myself, and to just be relaxed and do not worry about it, because if you spend the time that you have between the tasks just worrying about the next one, it's just going to make it worse. So for me, I like to sit with nature, relax, and just think positively and have a schedule, so that I do not lose track of time and you know forget stuff, because I tend to forget a lot of stuff nowadays.
Perfect. She mentioned that plan your day and then work your plan as you decided. Worries does not help, and think positive how it can be done. You are also helping many people. Canto in Madagascar, you are leading youth for more inspired life. So, would you give some suggestions? How do you inspire youth, and what do you tell them how to deal with the problems of family? Because at times parents are quarreling, at times family is not giving due attention to you. How do you deal with such situations?
Yeah, young people can deal with the challenge by getting support by their family or close friends by having a positive vision of their future.
Mhm. Kento mentioned that if you don't get support from the family, first family is the first support. But if you don't get the support from the family, you should have some really good friends with whom you can share,
Yeah.
and you should have some
Mm,
teachers also with whom you can share.
mm.
That's very important input that you gave, Kanto. Let's ask Tapiwa. Tapiwa, lots of people are into drug abuse. In Africa, we listen many such news. How do you inspire people to shift from drugs to yoga or such modalities which are healthy in nature?
That's a good question. I like the fact that when you are shifting from something bad, you have to have a good alternative. Now, the alternative, of course, that I think is that at times when people are doing bad, of course, it emanates from bad choices and having bad information. Now, my encouragement is that the youth should be able or should have access to information, probably from some learning centers. If some centers for learning are put across in our societies that youths can gather together, socialize with others, and get to learn from other mentors, they can get to occupy their minds so that they won't have time for drug abuse and, of course, all the other things which are occurring um, to them. Now, I also endorse what the previous speakers said, that we need to take advantage of the people who are around us, our family members. Now, that helps the youths to have a support system. Uh, Many of the friends or families that we have don't endorse all these drug abuses and all that is happening. So, if we are to spend our time socializing with them, if we are to spend our time talking to them about life. They will encourage us, and as time goes by, uh, we forget about drug abuse. And now, on the yoga part, um, I've also been wondering, where can I start? Uh, I realized at one point in my life I've been using this application. It is called mindfulness. Um, it had a lot of practices about meditation. Um, it was designed to help someone to increase things like compassion, getting to feel better about others, especially those who feel alone and those who may be outcasts in our community. So I realize it's so much related to yoga, and
Thank you.
especially the meditation part of it.
Thank you. Thank you,
So I
Tapiva
think
mentioned about. Thank you, Tapiva mentioned about the. You should have access to the information. You should have access to the centers of learning. Take professional help. You should have a strong support system if you want to avoid such drug abuse and such things. And he also mentioned importance of mindfulness meditation. Neeraj, we saw that you have done your engineering from one of the reputed institutes of the country, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. Lots of stress are there on the students. And
Absolutely.
it is not only people who are struggling to enter into good institutions, they are under stress. Even who have entered in the good institutions, they are also under huge stress, peer pressure, achieving
Absolutely.
marks. So, how do we deal with it? Because everybody around you is an achiever. So, even if you are achiever, you are in a new normal now. So,
Absolutely.
how to deal with that?
Yeah, I'll start with my family. My brother is also from IIT Delhi. So that pressure was, with me since start. He's 3 years older than me. So he is a pass out from IIT Delhi and I am. So it was always on me, you are the next person to, go to, IIT. And people think it's very easy, but, Dr. Tomar, that it's one of the rarest things and very difficult entrance exams. And coming to also college, and even right now also a lot of my friends, so even though I am a CEO of one of the organizations, a lot of my friends, everybody is CEO, CXO, all when you'll come, once you'll compare, then everybody is great achiever, including my brother or friends or whatever they are. You see people ahead of you and few people are behind. So usually what I see and what I learned, in fact, here again the yoga helps. And good thing was, uh, I did my first yoga, art of living yoga, in my IIT Delhi days. And what I realized when I started and doing this practices, suddenly my performance, even stress was less, and performance, while studying very little, you can execute far more, despite being, if you are, even if you are intelligent and if you are not calm, then your results will not come according to your expectations. Because I have seen a lot of people whose ranks in IITs are quite low. The main reason was that they were not able to handle the exam day stress, in a calmer fashion. So that is one thing, and that stress, I think, even in your current company, everywhere will be with you, in order to grow the company and this. And here again, I'm saying every Sunday I listen to Vedanta. The yoga teachings comes very far and very helpful in this, because once you see the life not in the short picture or short span of time, and you see the life in a macro way, then you see, okay, if certain setbacks are there, okay, those are there to make you learn in certain aspects. So you begin to see more holistic way of the life. You become more resilient to face the stress, which for unfortunately it was not there before the entrance exam of IIT. So I was very stressful, and in fact, you can't, you face a sleepless night
Mhm.
in order to perform. So definitely yoga helps you to manage stress quite well, and and also health, in health perspective also it quite
Thank you.
supports you.
Thank you. So, Neeraj mentioned that along with talent, you need to have a calm mind if you want to face exams, and you continuously facing exams. What he said is, when you give an entrance exam, you are under stress. When you are in that institution, you are still under stress. When campus interview comes, where companies select you, you again have a stress. When you get the job, you have a stress of performing and stress of not getting promoted. So there will be no day that will come then everything will be perfect. So probably today only I need to learn how to keep myself calm. And that learning comes from yoga. Rahim Fatima. Rahim, we have seen your profile. So lots of people follow you, but not everybody is being followed by lots of people. And I see youth feel depressed if they are not liked much by others on social media. And it's something that can make or break their day. So whenever they post something on social media and they are not appreciated, they feel bad about it. So how to deal with such situation?
I mean, personally, I started Facebook as like a very weird thing. So there's this person, Rehan Alavala, and what he does is that he would give you a challenge. If you make 500 mutual friends with him, then he would give you a laptop. All I wanted was a laptop to watch Netflix on. That is how my Facebook ever started. And then before I knew it, it was like, 6K and then 10K. And now it's like I'm like at 15.4K on Facebook. And then there's, more on Instagram. And then, there's more on LinkedIn. So there's a lot of different people that follow me. But I personally think it would affect you to a point where you would think a second before posting something that that would be a little, wait, this is out of the picture, this is sort of out of the box. But I wouldn't affect everything I do in life. It really, if um some of my posts do not get, or like an interview doesn't get as many views as I might expect, I had a fun time. I mean, that's all I care about. But then there's always moments where like, oh my God, what just happened? Like a post of mine on LinkedIn got 780,000 views. And I was like, that is pretty close to a million. And that is a lot of views because I do not have that sort of following anywhere on social media. And I was really, really happy. And I think if you keep doing good work, there will be people that will appreciate you. And for me personally, more than likes, following, or comments, I care more about the DMs I would get, the direct messages I get, because those are the most inspiring things that you can read. That's the best feedback that you ever get. So I think more than stuff like just liking and the double clicking a picture, I think it's better to see the effort that someone's put in to write a direct message to you, appreciating your work or giving feedback, or even sometimes contradicting whatever you're saying. So
And there
yeah.
are many people who bully you on social media also. When I say you, means to the youth. And it really fairly impact on their daily day-to-day mood and their temperament. So people write many nonsense things also. So what is your message? How to deal with that stuff?
I mean, see, for me personally, I have never really been bullied on comments or anything of the sort. I might have like received very, very few DMs, like very few, because I have personally only read one. So the rest maybe my manager has. I'm gonna ask him after that. But the thing is if you do get, like I've seen people that would go through my profile and sometimes tell me in person, like, dude, what are you trying to do? Like, you don't look good here, or this, what are you doing? Why are you hanging out with people that are way older than you? I think to handle that is to see that is their perspective on it. What matters the most is people, like, who would I care, what they think about me? Like if my parents say something to me, when they give feedback, or when, if they ever criticize me or something of the sort, yes, it would matter to me. I would want to improve myself. But if it is someone that I do not know that goes by a weird username on social media, I shouldn't care. If I think that I am my better self, if I am better than the Raheen that was yesterday, then I think we're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you. Rahim Fatima, there she said that don't worry about how many likes or dislikes or whatever you're getting. Assure that you should be better than your yesterday. That is what is more important. And you should really have good time doing it. That is most important. And second, she said that how when you get bullying on social media, the way to deal with it is, she said that know who are the people who matter, whose opinion is really important for you. Pay your attention to those and leave all other things as just their perspective. And it is not important for me. That's amazing. Thank you. Kento, you come from Madagascar. You mentioned about family and education are the major concerns, and friend and teachers are can be your support system. What are the quick tips you want to give to the youth to remain inspired and positive in life? Please unmute and speak. What are the tips you would like to give to the youth to remain inspired and motivated in life? No worries, you fix it. Just you need to unmute it. I will again ask question from you. Till then, let's ask question from Tapiwa. The same question, Tapiwa. What will be your suggestions to the youth watching you? Tips to remain inspired and motivated in life.
Sure. I would want to say the joy that we feel in this life, yes, little or nothing to do with the current circumstances of our lives, but it has much to do with the focus of our lives. Now, if we are so focused on knowing ourselves, if we are so much focused on knowing and discovering our true potential, then we can have more joy despite what is happening and what is not happening. Um, this is a true source of motivation for me. Whether bad things are really happening to me at the moment, if I get time to ponder and think about where I'm going, I get a lot of motivation. It fuels me to continue going. And I really liked the comment made earlier that comments from others are not so much important than where you are going. Now, we carry out a lot of things on social media. It doesn't matter who liked your post, but it matters much more who has been impacted by your posts, especially those who directly message you. Now, that's how we create, or that's how we become impactful in this
Thank you.
world to others.
Thank you. Thank you. Neeraj, quick tips for the
Yeah.
youth watching you today. What immediately executable things that they should do? And even if you say yoga, what exactly you mean by that? Neeraj, I would like to hold you for a while. Let Kento reply first because somehow she could fix it. Yes, Kento, carry on.
Yeah.
Your tips
Yeah.
to the youth to remain inspired in life.
First of all, I advise the parents to learn to know the positive vision of their children and to support them. Also, I advise young people to explore their knowledge and by training on personal development for making their challenge, for making their talent their job.
Thank you, Kento. Over to you. Kento mentioned that parents should assure their support to the kids. Youth should explore their knowledge because knowledge actually is their power in the long run. Work not only on knowledge, but comprehensive personality development because knowledge itself has its own limitations. Thank you. Neeraj.
My tip for the youth will be, they should dream big And from yoga, I'll take it, uh, I think somebody has to mute. Canto, please, can you
Kento, please,
mute?
can you mute it? Yes, thank you. Yes, carry on, Neeraj.
Yeah. Yeah, what I was saying, that youth should dream big, and from the yoga, it should take, swadhyay. So do the self reflection and always focus internally, as told by Tapiva and Rahi, that don't bother about what other people think about you. Make drive, have a motivation from within. Don't bother what other people have achieved, what is there, don't do the benchmark. Make your goal, do swadhyay, and go for it. That is my, tip for the youth.
Thank you. Rahim Fatima, very quick tips to the youth.
To
Executionable.
stay, yeah, to stay inspired, I would say, first of all, reflect on what you did yesterday, and just be like, oh my God, I did this. That is awesome. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So also, do that and choose who you get inspired by very, very smartly. Because on social media, you see so many people who, oh my God, that's a Rolls Royce. Don't go after that. Go after people that truly, inspire you by their words, but not by specifically their actions that are on social media. So that's going to be my quick advice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, dear friends who are watching us from different parts of the world, we had excellent youth from different parts of the world here as experts and guests. We discussed about yoga and youth. Fatima mentioned that the major challenges of the youth today is ability to manage school, social media, friends, family, career, and lots of expectations. Tapiva added as drug abuse, feeling lonely, and inability to take a choice what is right and what is wrong. Kanto added even family disputes and educational opportunities are also some of the areas which are challenges. Neeraj mentioned that lifestyle, health, and family are the general major domains that may create stress if not handled well. And too much distraction, lack of focus is also one of the challenging areas for the youth. And how to deal with these challenges. Fatima mentioned that first plan your day and then act out your plan. Worries are not worth it. Think positive. Don't bother about what others are writing to you. Receive their messages and whatever appeals to you, follow them. Rest everything is their own perspectives. Know who really matters to you and just only respect those opinions which really matters to you or are coming from the people who matters to you. Have your clear circle of important people. Assure that what you're doing, you should be loving it and you should be having good time doing it. Assure that every day should be better than your yesterday. Evaluate your yesterday. Whatever was good, repeat it. Whatever was bad, refrain from doing it. And know it. Probably she wanted to say that know it that nobody's life is as happening as his Facebook page. So don't get affected by those things. Affected, just follow the people who truly inspire you by their thoughts and deeds. Kento mentioned that family support is very important for youth. It is a really important support system. Explore your knowledge. Give more importance to self rather than selfie. And not only knowledge, it's the personality development that really makes the big difference. Tapiva added that you should have access to the information. If you belong to a community or a place in the world where you don't get enough people, you may go online, but you should have access to the information and you should have access to those learning centers. They can support you to fight against drug and such abuses. And the biggest weapon against drug is your strong internal and external support system. They can really help you to get rid of it. mindfulness meditation is very important. He said, focus on yourself, know your purpose of life, and focus on your present. It is very much important. Neeraj mentioned that dream big, do self reflection daily, focus internally. People's opinion tomorrow will change. Comparison is a slow poison. Start with yoga. There will be no day that you will witness that everything will be perfect. It's a utopia. Things will remain like this. I need to carry my own weather within. And do I have that ability to keep my calm cool in any situation? If I have it, then I'm really mastering yoga gradually. So do 10 minutes of yoga daily, do some meditation, and then you will be able to see life in a macro perspective. And then you will be remaining inspired and you'll inspire others also. Thank you very much, Raheen, Neeraj, Kanto, Tapiva, to be here. Even I felt more youthful talking to all of you. My regards. Thank you. Namaste.
I'm feeling happy and excited to welcome our next performer, Mr. Dariush Zerbafian. He's PhD in musicology from University of Toulouse-Limeral, France. He is member of the scientific research team of University of Toulouse, member of the French Society of Ethnomusicology of France. He is professor of the Faculty of Arts Music Department, Université de Moncton. Two of his original compositions are Iranian Model Music, Iranian Percussions. His major publications include the Music Learned Iranian, Contribution to the Analysis of Mondic Systems and Metrics, published by Diffusion ANRT, Reproduction of Thesis, University Lille. He has performed in various international concerts and shows in Canada, France, Switzerland, Spain, Belgium, Germany, Holland, Iran. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and please welcome Mr. Dariush Zerbafian. On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Mr. Darius Zerbafin for his accelerating performance. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to invite and introduce our next expert of meditation from Namibia, Ms. Susie Seha. She's a yoga teacher, advanced breathwork instructor, mindfulness and meditation mentor, and a founding member of the Mindfulness Institute of Namibia. She works with individuals or groups of children, teens and adults, teaching yoga, breathwork, mindfulness and meditation, offering sound journeys and facilitating creativity and inspirational workshops and retreats. She believes that the breath, gratitude, love, and kindness are sources that come from within to be used for the highest good of humanity. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Susie Seha from Namibia.
Welcome, everybody. It is a real honor to be here this evening, sharing this consciousness that we all have around the world. Although we're sitting on all corners of the world right now, we're here together in spirit, and it gives me great pleasure to lead you through this meditation. So right now, find yourself a comfortable position. It could be sitting, like I'm sitting down on a mat. It could be sitting in a chair, and you could even lie down if that is what is comfortable for you. Our main requirement is that you have a straight spine. But we want you to be comfortable. We don't want you to be distracted during this meditation by something that's niggling in your body. So feel free to find a comfortable position. And as soon as you are comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes. So again, if you do not feel safe having your eyes closed, just allow your eyes to drop down to the floor in front of you and let the vision blur so that you don't have a focus or a distraction of anything around you. And turn your awareness to your breath. As you breathe in and out through your nose. Feeling your chest and your tummy expanding on the inhale and softening back down on the exhale. And just notice how your breath is right now. Just an observation. Just notice if it comes with ease or if it comes with a little more challenge. Be kind to yourself. Just breathe gently. Allow yourself to be breathed here today. As you breathe in and out through your nose. As if the breath is caressing the insides of your body. Allow thoughts of your day past and the days ahead just to sink away now to the background. Not putting any focus on them, but just on your breath as you breathe in and out, softly, lightly, deeply. Feel yourself sitting. Feel the parts of you touching down on your chair or on your mat. Connecting you down to the earth. As our breath connects us all in this united consciousness. You are held here today as you breathe together. And as you're breathing, and as your focus is right here in the moment, allow the breath to go all the way down to your feet. As if each breath that you take is going further than the lungs. As if it's moving through each cell of your body and between all the cells in your body, reaching all the way down to your feet. As you breathe in and out through your nose. Each time you notice your mind might wander, that is fine. Just bring it straight back as soon as you realize it's wandered. Don't time travel with the mind to the past or the possible potential future. Just bring it straight back to your breath as you breathe in and out through your nose. Taking that breath all the way down to your toes. And as you breathing in this way, feel held, feel safe, feel part of this community, this oneness of breath, of meditation. On the next breath, take it all the way down to your feet. And imagine the soles of the feet touching the softly warm earth, barefoot on the earth. Imagine roots growing down from the feet through the earth. This warm embrace of Mother Earth as these roots grow all the way down through the layers of the earth, deeper, past other roots, past any stones or rocks in the earth, deep down with each breath, your roots growing deeper down into the earth. Connected. As these roots grow right down to the center of the earth, grounding you down, holding you by Mother Earth. And when they reach the center of the earth, visualize this beautiful, bright white light, a nurturing, healing white light. And allow the roots to take up that white light, back up through the earth, through all the layers of the earth, as you held by Mother Earth, drawing up this beautiful healing energy, this nurturing energy of Mother Earth, our home, pulling that beautiful, sparkling, bright, white, healing, nurturing light all the way up, back to the soles of your feet, and up through the feet, through all the cells of the body and the spaces between the cells, as you breathe in and out through your nose. Allow this nurturing, healing, beautiful energy to fill the whole of your body. As you breathe in and out. Taking that beautiful, healing, nurturing, bright, sparkly white light to your heart space. Feeling it fill the heart, expanding the heart and the energy of the heart. And now as you breathe, allow that energy to rise up, the neck, the face, and the whole of your head. Take your awareness to the space between and slightly above your eyebrows. Each breath moving up to that space. As you breathe in and out through your nose, softly, lightly and deeply. And allow that energy to rise up through the top of your head, visualizing it going up and up, out into the greater space, like a column of this beautiful white light energy that you've drawn up from the earth, moving all the way up to the sun. This beautiful golden light of the sun, powerful, warming. Allow that beautiful, healing, nurturing white light to mix with the beautiful, powerful golden light of the sun. And draw that golden, sparkly, healing, nurturing, powerful light all the way back down like a column of light to the top of the head. Bringing that all the way in through the top of the head and down to the soles of your feet. Filling each and every cell of your body with this beautiful golden white sparkly light. Fill all the spaces between the cells as you breathe. Allow your body to marinate in this beautiful energy. We're now bringing a hand to your heart. Feel this energy in the heart space as you breathe, making that heart-brain connection. As we do this together, connecting ourselves from all parts of the world. I want you to expand that energy out from your heart. You're welcome to keep your hand on your heart, or as soon as it gets tired, just allow it to rest back down on your legs and expand that energy out from the heart into the space around your body. Healing, beautiful, nurturing, powerful, golden, sparkling white light. Expanding it further with each breath, away from the body and out into the universe. As you breathe, expanding with each breath, connecting this energy with the energy of others all over the world. We are breathing the same breath, this one breath, the same breath that we breathed in the very beginning, and the same breath that will be breathed forever. The breath that we are all sharing right now as one, as we breathe together, filled with this beautiful, healing, nurturing energy, raising our vibrations as we send love out to everybody and everything in this world by silently in our minds repeating these words. To our world, to all the inhabitants of this world, all sentient beings, to the plant life, to the animals, land, air, and sea, and to fellow human beings. May we all be happy. May everyone and everything be well. May everyone and everything be free from pain and suffering. And may we all learn to live in peace. Take a deep breath in. And let it out through a sigh. And sit with the feelings, whatever might arise for you. Keep sending out that beautiful energy, that golden, bright, beautiful, healing, nurturing, powerful light. Letting that bind us together as humanity. Knowing you are not alone as we sit here together and breathe and meditate. Allow yourself to keep this beautiful energy within you and around you as we emerge from our meditation today. Feel the energy in the body. Sense the energy in the space around the body. We are one. And gently bring your palms together, rubbing them together, warming the hands. And then place your warmed palms over your eyes. Open your eyes behind your palms and slowly lower the hands down, letting space, light creep in between the spaces between the fingers so that it's easy to come back into the brighter light. And bring your palms together into prayer pose. Om Shanti. Namaste. And thank you for joining me here today for this meditation.
Thank you, respected Susie ji. It was a wonderful meditation that you guided us through. The feeling of oneness, love, compassion is something that world actually needs today. It is exactly the mission of United Consciousness. Thank you for guiding us towards the direction of the mission of United Consciousness. I'm sure that this meditation must have touched souls of the people who witnessed it. So kind of you. Thank you for blessing us.
And thank you for having me here. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. Regards. Namaste.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Ms. Susie Seha for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much. I'm feeling highly privileged to invite our next speaker, who is an inspiration for many people and elevating their lives. He is Sadhguru Amrita Suryananda Maharaj from Portugal. Guruji has started his studies and practices of the yoga philosophy in 1970 in the Shivananda Ashram of Rishikesh Divine Life Society, where he received Parampara from Shri Swami Krishnananda Ji Maharaj. He is a fervent and unconditional disciple of his inner spiritual master, whom he constantly serves and dedicates all his work to Adi Guru Lord Shiva. Guruji has been awarded Padma Shri Award in 2015. He is the president of European Yoga Confederation, the Iberian Yoga Confederation, founder of the Portuguese Yoga Confederation and the Yoga Sankhya Institute. He is also a member of Indian Yoga Association. Guruji is the creator of the concept of the International Day of Yoga on 21st June, celebrated for the first time in the world in 2002 in Portuguese city called Setúbal. In December 2011, he organized the Bangalore Summit in collaboration with Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, the Art of Living Foundation, which was attended by the Guru of India, Shri B.K. Iyengarji. Guruji has attended the General Assembly of the United Nations in 2014, where, by the proposal of India, the International Day of Yoga was declared official. He authored 2 books, Chakra Sutra, the 7 main chakras in yoga, in Portuguese and English language, and Sankhya, Cosmogenesis in Yoga Beyond Hydrogen. So please welcome Satguru Amrita Suryananda Maharaj.
Não tenho luz nenhuma aqui. É a primeira vez, não tenho luz. Não se vê nada. Tenho uma luz. I salute the organizer of this magnificent event, Dr. Vikram Tomar, to whom I wish, on behalf of Sri Shiva, the greatest successes on his greatest nobility. I salute also Professor Nagendra Ji, Dr. Ishvara Vasavaradi, Dr. Ananda, Mr. Subut Tiwari, Master Sukadev Bretz, and Dr. Radheshyan Mishra, as well as all the illustrious participants on this International Yoga Week. Agora é o 20º aniversário do Dia Internacional do Yoga, junho 21, solstício, o Dia da Luz.
Now is the 20th anniversary of the International Day of Yoga, June 21st, solstice, the Day of Light.
Não apareceu. É por conseguinte a nossa 21ª celebração, pois a primeira vez que se comemorou este dia em todo o planeta foi no ano 2002, na cidade de Setúbal, em Portugal.
And is therefore our 21st celebration for the first time that this day was commemorated in the entire planet was in the year of 2002 in the city of Setúbal, in Portugal.
Depois pugnámos durante mais de uma década num yatra por toda a Índia e pelo mundo, para que este dia do yoga fosse primeiro aprovado por todas as escolas e depois oficializado.
Then we strove for more than a decade on a yatra all over India and the world so that this Yoga Day was first approved by all the schools and then made official.
Em 2011, dezembro, realizou-se a histórica Cimeira de Bengaluru, onde os grandes gurus das principais linhagens do yoga da Índia e do mundo aprovaram este dia internacional, a comemorar um solstício do dia 21 de junho.
And in 2011, December, took place the historical summit of Bengaluru, where the Grand Guru from the main yoga lineages of India and the world approved this international day to be commemorated on the solstice of the day, June 21st.
Depois, na 5ª Convenção da Hindu-Dharmacharya Sabha, em Ahmedabad, 2012, transmitimos este conceito sob os auspícios do Swami Vishveshwarananda Ji, ao então Chief Minister de Gujarat, Sri Narendra Modi, que mais tarde se tornou o primeiro-ministro da Índia.
Then, on the 5th Hindu Dharma Acharya Sabha Convention in Ahmedabad 2012, we conveyed this concept under the auspices of Swami Vishveshwarananda to the, at the time, Chief Minister of Gujarat, Sri Narendra Modi, that later became Prime Minister of India.
Mas a Assembleia da República de Portugal foi a primeira instituição oficial em todo o mundo a apoiar a criação do Dia Internacional do Yoga, junho 21. Fê-lo por unanimidade dos seus partidos em 2013, junho. Ficámos imensamente felizes.
But the Portuguese Parliament was the first official institution in the whole world supporting the creation of the International Day of Yoga, June 21st, and made it unanimously by its parties. In 2013, June, we were immensely happy.
Finalmente, em 2014, dezembro, as Nações Unidas aprovam por consenso dos seus 197 países nelas representados a oficialização do Dia Internacional do Yoga, junho 21. Estivemos presentes neste precioso momento. E 2 anos depois, em 2016, em Addis Ababa, Etiópia, a Unesco aprova o Yoga Darshana como Património Cultural e Material da Humanidade. Estão então todos de parabéns.
And finally, in 2014, December, the United Nations approved by consensus of the 197 countries there represented the officialization of the International Day of Yoga, June 21st. We were present on this precious moment. And 2 years later, in 2016, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, UNESCO approves the Yoga Darshana as intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Congratulations, hands to all.
Então vamos à conferência de hoje. Quanto mais subtil, mais poderoso. Sabem os yogis e também agora os cientistas o vão descobrindo. Quando tudo é feito de subtil. Por isso, o conceito de investigar para matar é cada vez mais tenebroso e perigoso. E a nossa proposta da criação da Instituição Cientistas para a Paz é fundamental. Então, o que vos venho hoje transmitir é que a prática frequente do Yoga Darshana permite aos yogis, os sadhaka na senda, uma expansão da sua consciência e uma clara visão dos constituintes cósmicos e seus propósitos, o que é único e próprio do Samadhi.
So now the conference starts. The more subtle, the more powerful. The yogi know, and now also the scientists are discovering that everything is made of subtle. So the concept of investigating to kill is getting even darker and more dangerous. And our proposal to create the institution, Scientists for Peace, is fundamental. So what I am here to convey to you is that the regular practice of the Yoga Darshana allows the yogi, the sadhaka on the path, an expansion of their consciousness and a clear vision of the cosmic constituents and its intent, which is unique and proprietary of Samadhi.
Próximo. São 7, próximo, as principais dimensões em que o nosso cosmos se constitui e se organiza, fruto do seu grande algoritmo universal e depois da expansão do universo e do seu consequente arrefecimento. E o ser humano, como filho do grandioso cosmos, é também composto, mas não obviamente, por estas mesmas 7 dimensões. Mas ao yogi é dada a possibilidade, se orientado por um verdadeiro Guruji, de a sua Sushumna Nadi, que é o mero danda do corpo humano, e o seu real eixo, se poder transformar numa autêntica ponte Einstein-Rosen, com acesso a essas 7 dimensões, pelos respectivos vórtices portais, que são os 7 chakras principais.
There are 7 main dimensions in which our cosmos is constituted and organized, fruit of its grand universal algorithm, and then of the expansion of the universe and of its consequent cooling. And the human being, as son of the grand cosmos, is also composed, but not obviously, by those same 7 dimensions. But to the yogi is given the possibility, if guided by a true Guruji, of having its Sushumna Nadi, that is the Merudanda of the human body, its real axis, of being able to transform itself into an authentic Einstein-Rosen bridge with access to those 7 dimensions through the respective vortex portals that are the 7 main chakras.
Agora vamos realçar a organização da Sushumna Nadi, justaposta à espinal medula, com ênfase para a sua membrana do epêndimo, mostrando também essa Nadi fundamental, que é ladeada por idade, sinal menos, e pingala de sinal mais, 2 nadis que a assessoram e lhe conferem um aparato e poder inigualáveis. Aqui vos afirmo que não precisamos de mais de máquinas ou vimanas para termos acesso à macro-realidade universal.
We will now highlight the organization of Sushumna Nadi, just opposed to the spinal cord, with emphasis on its ependymous membrane, showing as well that this fundamental Nadi is flanked by Ida of minus sign and Pingala of plus sign, 2 Nadi that assist it and that give it an unparalleled apparatus and power. Here I state to you that we don't need machines or vimanas to have access to the universal macro reality.
Uma análise sucinta dos 7 chakras principais permite-nos um conhecimento mais minucioso das suas potencialidades e da relação humano-cósmica que a matriz do Yoga e do Samkhya nos proporciona. O chakra número 7, o Muladhara Chakra, justapõe-se à zona do plexo coxígeo. O número 6, o Svadhisthana, enquadra-se no plexo pélvico. O número 5, o Manipura, no plexo solar. O número 4, o Anahata, no plexo cardíaco, influenciando naturalmente o coração e a glândula endócrina timo. E o número 3, o Vishuddha, na zona do plexo laríngeo e das cordas vocais. O número 2, o importantíssimo Ajna Chakra, do comando na zona do plexo cavernoso, hipotálamo e hipófise, no intercílio, chakra que, quando dominado, nos proporciona dhyana, a verdadeira meditação. E, finalmente, o número 1, o grande Sahasrara Chakra, no córtex cerebral e no seu sistema piramidal, que se dominado e que se domina na situação do Samadhi. Gostaria aqui um pouco, mordazmente até, de chamar a vossa atenção para realçar que, como reparam, os 7 chakras não apresentam as 7 cores do arco-íris, nem na sua periferia, na zona das pétalas, as suas nadi, nem tampouco no seu centro, a zona dos importantíssimos tattva. Arco-íris esse, como hoje eles são sistematicamente representados e coloridos nas obras apócrifas sobre este subtil e importante tema.
A succinct analysis of the 7 main chakra allows us a more thorough knowledge of their potentialities and of the human cosmic relation that the Yoga and Samkhya matrix gives us. Chakra number 7, Muladhara Chakra, overlaps the zone of the coccygeal plexus. Number 6, Svadhisthana, fits in the pelvic plexus. Number 5, Manipura, the solar plexus. Number 4, Anahata, the cardiac plexus, influencing naturally the heart and the endocrine gland, thymus. Number 3, Vishuddha, the zone of the laryngeal plexus and the vocal cords. And number 2, the most important, Ajna Chakra, of the command on the zone of the cavernous plexus, hypothalamus and hypophysis, on the intercilium, a chakra that, when mastered, allows us dhyana, true meditation. And finally, number 1, the great Sahasrara Chakra on the cerebral cortex and its pyramidal system, which is mastered in the situation of samadhi. I would like here a little cuttingly even to draw your attention to highlight that, as you may notice, the 7 chakra don't present the 7 colors of the rainbow, not in their periphery, the petal zone, their nadi, not even in their center, the zone of the important tattva. Rainbow, as they are today systematically represented and colored in the apocryphal works on this important and subtle topic. Give us then the 7 main chakra in the Western tradition, where they are sometimes called Ladder of Jacob, access respectively. Number 7 to the foundations of nature, where lies the Shakti Devi. Number 6 to Annamaya Kosha, the illusory body made of nourishment, the so-called physical dimension or plane. It is from it that comes the brute force. Number 5, to Pranamaya Kosha, the illusory body made of prana or energy plane. Scientists have already discovered the relation between these two basic planes, as you may see by the so-called most popular formula of humanity, E equals mc squared. Number 4, to Kama Maya Kosha, emotional body. Number 3 gives us access to the two subplanes of the mind, to Mano Maya Kosha, the dimension of the concrete mind, and to Vijnana Maya Kosha, the dimension of the abstract mind. And number 2, to Ananda Maya Kosha, the illusory body made of supreme happiness, or intuitional dimension. And finally, number 1, to the zone of Samadhi, where we re-identify ourselves with Atma, the spark of our true self.
Podemos ainda analisar a macroagregação dos três Sharira. Na zona inferior, o Anamaya Kosha é Stula Sharira, o grosseiro percível, chamado no Ocidente corpo. Depois vem Sukshma Sharira, o subtil, mas também percível, no Ocidente chamado alma. Constituindo todos estes conjuntos o quaternário inferior, com o qual nos devemos desidentificar para termos acesso e vermos todo o real. E finalmente a tríada superior, o Parasharira, o subtil real e eterno que todos querem atingir, no Ocidente chamado espírito.
We can also analyze the macro aggregation on the three Sharira. The lower part, Anamaya Kosha, is Stula Sharira, the perishable dense, called in the West as body. Then comes Sukshma Sharira, the subtle but also perishable, in the West called soul, constituting all of these together the lower quaternary, with which we must disidentify ourselves in order to have access and see the real all. And finally, in the superior triad, Parasharira, the real and eternal subtle that all want to achieve, in the West called spirit.
Teremos assim, pela verdadeira prática do yoga, porque o yoga deve praticar-se muito e falar-se pouco, o acesso consolidado ao ápice da Sushumna Nadi, o Brahma Randra, ponte de acesso às duas ultérrimas supradimensões universais.
We will have thus, through the true practice of yoga, because yoga should be very much practiced and little talked about, the consolidated access to the peak of Sushumna Nadi, Brahmarandra, access bridge to the ultimate two supra-universal dimensions.
Então, estas zonas inacessíveis à maioria dos seres humanos não iniciados e não treinados só podem ser alcançáveis através do impensável e insuperável Nirbija Samadhi, que permite a realização da chamada grande obra ao yogi veterano, persistente e orientado.
Hence, these areas inaccessible to the majority of the non-initiated and not trained human beings can only be reached through the unthinkable and unsurpassed Nirbija Samadhi that allows the realization of the so-called grand work to the veteran yogi, persistent and guided.
Podemos tudo isto ver refletido no nosso yantra da Confederação Portuguesa do Yoga.
We can see all of this reflected in our yantra of the Portuguese Yoga Confederation.
Temos assim acesso à janela do universo nascente, logo após o instante em que o omnipotente Mahaom se manifestou, aquele período primevo em que as centelhas das consciências individuais, reflexos do Purusha e do seu Manasika, do grande arquiteto, centelhas de consciências essas que se veem entre si no primordial grande oceano leitoso e prateado, o corpo da Mahashakti, onde nos sentimos indivíduos, mas também parte do todo, e onde se dá forma à sábia expressão Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Todos somos uma família, mais tarde adotado para E pluribus uno, todos somos um, fazendo um pouco lembrar a descoberta que um dia deslumbrou os cientistas que um fotão é simultaneamente partícula e onda.
We will have, therefore, access to the window of the emerging universe, right after the instant when the omnipotent Maha-Om manifested, that primeval period when the individual consciousness sparks, reflexes of Purusha and of its Mansika of the grand architect, consciousness sparks that see each other among themselves in the primordial grand, milky and silver ocean, the body of the Mahashakti, where we feel ourselves as individuals but also part of the whole, and where is given form to the wise expression, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are all one family, later adopted by Et Pluribus Unum. We are all one, resembling a bit the discovery that one day dazzled the scientists that a photon is simultaneously particle and wave.
É fundamental então divulgar e principalmente pôr em prática por todo o globo a Declaração Universal Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, alcançada nos estados elevados e expandidos da consciência que se atingem na verdadeira prática do yoga. O resto é um grande engano. Esta fundamental mensagem encontra-se expressa no Maha Upanishad. Somos todos irmãos e a fraternidade é uma urgência e, além do mais, também confere saúde, acrescentamos nós. Criar vida consciente e inteligente é o grande propósito deste cosmos. Preservá-la como aliados da grande obra é a missão de todos, mas sempre com muita atenção à arrogância que é cega e macabra.
Hence, is fundamental to spread and mainly put into practice all over the globe the Universal Declaration, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, achieved in higher and expanded states of consciousness that are achieved in the true practice of yoga. The rest is a big mistake. This fundamental message is found in the Maha Upanishad. We are all brothers and sisters, and fraternity is urgent, and in addition also gives health, we add. To create conscious and intelligent life is a great purpose of this cosmos. To preserve it as allies of the grand work is a mission of all, but always paying great attention to arrogance that is blind and macabre.
A prática do Yoga Darshana ilumina e proporciona um futuro viável à espécie humana e ao planeta paraíso. Levar as Nações Unidas a declarar o dia 21 de junho um feriado global é, nesta altura, a luta da luz contra a treva e dos construtores aliados do grande universo. É agora o nosso grande empenho, para o qual todos vós estão convocados, para que o Dia Internacional do Yoga possa ser celebrado em todos os países do mundo no próprio dia 21 de junho, dando uma força yogi à espécie humana. Que haja agradecimento constante pela fora de escala obra cósmica e que haja paz.
The practice of Yoga Darshana enlightens and gives a viable future to the human species and to the paradise planet, having the United Nations declaring the day of light against darkness and of the builders, allies of the grand universe, and it is now our great endeavor, to which all of you are summoned, so that the International Day of Yoga may be celebrated in all the countries of the world on June 21st itself, giving a yogi strength to the human species. May there be constant gratitude for the out-of-scale cosmic work, and may there be peace.
Om Shanti, Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, respected Amrit Suryanandaji Maharaj, for such a comprehensive understanding that you provided to our audience about seven chakras and how whole universe is connected in a unified whole. I'm sure your appeal of creating 21st of June as a holiday, providing it as a holiday so that people can focus more on yoga, will be heard by United Nations, and soon it will also come into reality. Thank you very much for blessing us today. Thank you. Namaste.
Very thankful to Sadhguru Amrita Suryananda Maharaji for sharing his views and giving us time to come onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much, Guruji.
We acknowledge your presence, Shri Rajesh Ravindranath Ji, Director, Project Self Incorporation, USA. We acknowledge your presence, Shri Sukhdev Ji, Yog Vidya, Germany. We acknowledge your presence, respected Swami Suryananda ji, President, European Yoga Federation. We acknowledge your presence, MEG from European Yoga Federation. We also acknowledge your presence, Valentina ji from Spiritual Council in Africa. We acknowledge your presence, Yogi Baba Adnan ji from Turkey, Siddhashram, Turkey. We acknowledge your presence, respected Andre ji and Julia from Yogala,
No.
and we welcome you again, Sadhguru Amrit Suryananda ji from Purkaka. And respected guests and dear audience who are watching and who have watched this event from different parts of the world. We are now at the verge of the closing ceremony of United Consciousness International Yoga Week. And I'm sure that this closing will be a brand new beginning of yoga in the life of millions and billions of people in future. So to begin this, I will request Swami Suryanandaji from European Yoga Federation to give a line of message, his message to the world community on this International Day of Yoga.
Io vi porto un saluto meraviglioso dalla Germania.
I bring to you a fantastic greeting from Germany.
Con me c'è Krishna Kami, che è l'interprete che mi hanno fornito qui per il congresso di Ayurveda.
With me is Krishna Kami, which they organized for me for the Ayurveda Congress by Yoga Vidya.
Siamo ospiti del caro fratello e amico Sukadev nel suo meraviglioso centro dove verremo a tenere il congresso in novembre dell'European Yoga Federation.
We are here host guest from Sukadev ji in his fantastic ashram Yoga Vidya here in Bad Meinberg, where we will hold our next
European Yoga Federation
Congress
in November.
In November.
E vi assicuro che questo è un posto meraviglioso dove avremo modo di stare insieme 2 o 3 giorni benissimo e darci tanta energia e tanta carica.
I promise you all that we will be in a fantastic place with fantastic food, a fantastic environment, where we will have fantastic unions, gatherings with such much love that we never will forget this gathering.
Do un saluto speciale ad Amrita Suryananda Ji perché è un po' di anni che non ci vediamo, invece in passato eravamo presenti insieme in alcuni eventi.
I give special greetings to Sri Guru Amrit Suryananda Ji because we didn't see us for a long time.
E saluto tutti i presenti. Sono davvero felice che siamo che siamo arrivati alla fine di un evento, ma che sarà l'inizio di un altro.
I greet everyone, every single one of you, and I'm sure, as you already said, Dr. Vakrant, that this is the beginning. The end is the beginning of a very big special event.
Sono davvero felice perché sento che anche fra di noi c'è un'unità e un'energia speciale che utilizzeremo tutti insieme per fare tante cose belle.
Cioè, I feel that we are really united and that we can use these energy which is between us and which hold us together and to make big things in the future.
Thank you. Thank you, respected Swami Suryananda ji, for your blessings and your greetings. Thank you. May I now request Shri Rajesh Ravindranath ji, Director, Project Self Incorporation. Project Self promotes United Consciousness. It's the mother organization. Shri Rajesh Ravindranath ji from Project Self Incorporation, USA. for your greetings and blessings on this International Yoga Week culmination.
Thank you, Vikrant, and my salutations to all the seekers and the masters around the world. This conference was such a great experience, and we could showcase masters from different traditions and different path into one platform. And I hope and pray that this conference and the message given in this conference would kindle that larger dimension of yoga, which is much beyond the physical asanas. So, our prayers and greetings to all the seekers, and please practice and continue to grow. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, respected Rajesh Ravindranath ji, for your blessings. Now, may I request Sukhdev ji from Germany, Yog Vidya, for your greetings, blessings on the culmination of International Yoga Week.
Namaste. And I'm so happy that this International Week of Yoga was celebrated by so many yoga masters and by so many musicians, so many people who went together from more than 100 nations to celebrate union and oneness. Yoga means union, yoga means oneness. And if all the yogis get together and open their heart and feel together, then we can spread the message of love and understanding. We are at a difficult time in history. We're at a time of hope and of despair. After COVID seemed to loosen its grasp on the whole world, hope came. Now war has come to the awareness of people. Divisions become more. And at the conclusion of this International Week of Yoga, we have sent a sign of connection, of union, and of harmony. And so I want to conclude with some benediction mantra, blessing mantra, ancient from India. Om, Om, Om. Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May auspiciousness be unto all, may peace be unto all, may prosperity be unto all, may fulfillment be unto all. Sarve bhavantu sakinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om, may all achieve happiness, may all be free of suffering, may all take care of the welfare of others. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotir gamaya, mrityo ma mritam gamaya. Lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from mortality to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Path, Paix, Frieden, Mirre, Vrede, Pace, Hepping, Heva, Sit, Siochain, Amani, Salam, Shalom, Shanti, Peace. May the gatherings of this auspicious International Week of Yoga spread the message of peace and understanding and contribute to a vibration of harmony and connection, of truly united consciousness.
Thank you, respected Sukhdev ji. And audience who are watching us, around 120 countries plus delegates represented themselves in this grand event. Around more than 200 plus guests represented themselves in this event. It was really and truly a saga of unity in diversity. We'll request blessings from Valentina ji from South Africa, the Spiritual Council in Africa. Valentina ji.
Thank you, Vikrant. Only you can get me out of bed. I've been unwell for 3 days, so I have a very peculiar voice. So just excuse me for that. So, namaste, everyone, and obviously my warmest greeting from South Africa, as always. I am really delighted to have been part of this event. But first of all, I would really like to thank everyone watching, of course, but especially all the people who have tirelessly worked behind the scenes to make this event the achievable success that it is. So thank you for your love, your passion, and the dedication to this cause. So I just want to point out a few things that I've noticed during the event. During this diversified Yoga Week celebration that we've been witnessing, we have, embraced and seen the kaleidoscopic diversity within humanity. But we have also learned that as human beings may appear to be different, in reality, we actually not. And when it comes down to it, everyone is basically the same because everyone is an incarnation of the divine. And the divine is in all things. And if the divine is in all things, then we are all one. And I just want to leave you by sharing, as an advisory member of United Consciousness, that we don't just firmly, but we also actively believe and promote that the world will be a much better place if we all address all people as sacred and the divine beings that they are, worth of dignity and worth of respect. And it all starts from setting one intention and follow through with it. And so I invite everyone to join us in our movement in leading the way and leading the way by example in every day of our lives. So thank you so much again and namaste.
Thank you, Valentina ji, for your blessings. Certainly, we will not only talk about it, we will walk on the path of unity in diversity, we'll walk on the path of yoga, and we will inspire others also to walk on the path of yoga. I'll request Baba Adnan from Turkey, and we acknowledge your presence also, Madam Kubuk, with him. So, your words of blessings to the world.
Regards and my love and compassion from Turkey. We are very happy, me and Madame Lourdes, to be part of this awakened family. And we will be the servants of yoga as usual, as long as we live, because I believe yoga, if practiced correctly, it will and can save the world. I have the hope that the yoga practices, if it's spread around the world, that's the big chance that we can save the world by yoga consciousness and practices. So we have put our life on that line, and we will do it as long as we live. I thank you for your sharing and support with all my brothers and sisters. I am looking forward to meet you in November with Sukadevji's wonderful place.
Should I say something also, Dr. Vikrant?
Madam Lourdes? Yes.
Dr. Vikrant, can I say something too?
Yes.
Okay. My greetings and please accept our sincerest gratitude for everyone who attended this spiritual event. I'm sure we have opened a door to some of those people who have attended, and hopefully they will inspire them to follow their spiritual path. And for those who have awakened in the spiritual path, I am sure you will go on smoothly. We have all these masters here to help you. And just one advice, listen to the sound of silence within yourself because all the answers lies within. Namaste. Thank you.
So beautiful message. Listen, the sound within. Inner listening is the message. Thank you very much, Madam Kabak. May I now request Mr. Andrei Lebnov from Russia Yoga
Yeah,
Lab.
maybe frozen, Dr. Vikrant, we don't know.
Okay. Andrei ji, for your blessings and message. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Yes, Andreji, please.
Очень Намасте. Я рад всех приветствовать в этой сейчас конференции.
Namaste. I'm happy to greet every one of you on this event.
И очень счастлив, что я участвую в этом мероприятии.
And I'm very glad to be part of this event.
Сегодня для сохранения цивилизации очень необходимо развитие сознания людей, живущих на планете.
Today, to save and develop our civilization, it is necessary to develop people's consciousness.
Развитие его до тонких уровней, на которых человек обретает естественное состояние единства с мирозданием.
It's important to achieve subtle levels of consciousness where a human obtains natural state of unity with the world and the universe.
Это естественное единое сознание можно назвать экологическим.
Such kind of consciousness can be called ecological.
И оно способно решить проблему мира и сохранения планеты.
And it is capable to save the world and stop wars and establish peace.
Йога как наука о развитии сознания решает эту задачу.
And yoga as a science of consciousness development can solve this task.
И она должна стать массовой и доступной для людей, независимо от их религиозных, национальных и политических различий.
That's why yoga should be widespread and available for people regardless of religious, national or political distinctions.
И такие мероприятия, как Международный день йоги, неделя йоги, способствуют распространению йоги.
And such events as International Yoga Day and International Yoga Week help and contribute to in spreading yoga worldwide.
И благодарю всех организаторов и участников этого важного для единства мира события.
I'd like to thank all the organizers and participants and masters of this event. And this event is very important for unity of the world.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
May I request now respected Amy Blasterji for her blessings and greetings who inspired us in this program.
Namaskar from Italy. I congratulate everybody for this wonderful International Week to celebrate the Yoga Day and its spirituality. Many experts and seekers of the soul, they followed each other in a different way and with different tools. Diversity is a beautiful aspect of divine, and therefore is to be considered sacred. It represents the complex infinity and the divine infinity. This intuition has characterized the main part of the existence, so much so that instead of being afraid to the diversity, we have to learn to love it, and we have to appreciate it, how much it can stimulate in our mind for an evolutionary growth. Love and respect for diversity have shown us the way to peace, the only one unity in diversity. Welcome everybody to reach the next event will be organized from Unity Diversity Consciousness. Nam to all, Namaste. on here.
Dr. Vikrant, your mic is.
Okay. Sadhguru Amrit Suryananda Ji Maharaj, your words of blessing on this International Yoga Day now. Yoga Week celebration.
The world needs peace, and because of humanity is one, needs fraternity too. The practice of Yoga Darshana gives all of that, and gives also enlightenment and cosmic greatness. All humanity must at once practice the yoga from Bharata. Love the mother planet and cosmos. Congratulations, Mr. Vikram Tomar, because of this so strong event. Tomar is a name of a very historic and important city in Portugal. The Trishula of Lord Shiva are with you. Om Shanti.
Thank you for your blessings, respected Sadhguruji. I request Swami Suryananda Saraswati Ji for a phrase of blessings to all of us before we wind up for the day. Please unmute Swamiji.
Yes. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. I want to tell that we are as a river. We are a river of love. And I want to remember what Leonardo da Vinci told. The water you touch in the river is the last which goes, but is the first with the water which comes. So we are in this condition. No stop. Thank you to all.
Thank
I'm
you.
so
Thank
happy,
you.
really. My heart
Thank
is
you very much.
full of happiness, joy of life. Thank you, Dr. Vikram, for all that you are doing.
Thank you for inspiring us, respected guests and noble souls. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the organizing committee of United Consciousness, organizing committee and secretariat of United Consciousness, organizing committee and secretariat of European Yoga Federation, organizing committee and secretariat of AYT Australia, who couldn't join us today because of the odd timings at their place right now, and all the masters who have blessed us in various forms, organizing committee of Project Self Incorporation USA, all the people who blessed us directly, indirectly, would like to thank Maharshi Patanjali to have blessed us indirectly, and from invisible blessings that we received from him, so that we could do something on the path of yoga. So today, I call upon everybody who have watched this event or who will be watching this event, let's together walk on the path of yoga, and with the message united me, you, and all, and united mind, body, and soul, let's contribute in creating a better world. Thank you very much, respected guests, to be here today.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्।
This shloka means, may everyone be happy, may everyone be free from all diseases, may everyone see goodness and auspiciousness in everything, may none be unhappy or distressed. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. I am highly privileged to have this opportunity to present my gratitude to all those who have witnessed and blessed this event directly or indirectly. I believe that this is not the end, but the beginning of our journeys. The journeys towards the noble cause of removing the 14 divides rooted in human race and promoting harmonious and peaceful coexistence. Firstly, I thank the God for blessing us all. I thank European Yoga Federation, thank the Spiritual Council in Africa. I'm also very thankful for Yoga Vidya, Germany, Yoga Lam, Russia, Siddhashram, Turkey, Nidra Consciousness, France, Yoga Yogismo, South America, AAYT, Australia, World Movement for Yoga and Ayurveda, Italy, UCIYW, Italy, the World Community of Indian Culture and Tradition Disciplines, Italy. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our speaker, Dr. Vibhuti Jha, Dadaji Maheshwarananda, Yogi Baba Adnan, Sadguru Amrita Suryananda Maharaj. I also thank our esteemed panelists, Canto Revel Soya, Ms. Raheen Fatima, Mr. Neeraj Vaidya, Sapiva. I also thank our yoga and meditation experts, Tatiana Freitas, Ms. Susie Seha. Also very thankful to our music and dance performers. I owe my heartfelt thanks to Team Project Self USA, Shri Rajesh Rabindranath, Ms. Madhurika Arvind, Ms. Rashmi Kashi, Dr. Prasad Akavu, Dr. Vijay Reddy, Ms. Gina Suresh, Mr. Karthik Palamalai, Mr. K.L. Alexander, Mr. Venkat Sriram Lalu, Ms. Deepthi Nair, Ms. Avneet Bad, Mr. Suresh, Mr. Devaraju, Ms. Deepa Arun. I thank Team Project Self Bharat, Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, Dr. Shweta Tomar, Aditi Meghna Mausan Prachi, Mr. J.S. Juneja, Dr. Paramji Juneja, Rishi Vishalji Arnav, Aditya Ashwin, Rati Dharmendra Ji Uday, Pooja Ji, Bharti Ji, Dipti Ji, Amrish Ji, Mrinalini Ji, Khushbu Ji, Jimmy Ji, Mr. Sanjay Rajput, Ms. Simran Reel. I am also very grateful for our new members in the team of United Consciousness, Ms. Aishwarya, Ms. Priyanka and Mr. Prakash Tyagi. I am very much thankful to our wonderful audience and all the visible and invisible sources blessing us.